Hey everybody! So, with the beginning of a new year, 2022, we figure this is a great time to be able to be talking about routines and revisiting how we do things at AMS just to make sure we're all on the same page. So today, we're going to talk about cell phones. I'm going to go ahead and re-show our cell phone policy video, and at the end of this, in your advisories, please summarize for each other what the main points of it are. All right, here we go. Hey everybody! So today I'd like to talk with you about our cell phone policy at AMS and CWSA. It's mostly the same as in past years, but we've got a few tweaks this year due to COVID. So if you have a Star Card, you're allowed to carry a cell phone with you throughout the day. If you don't, you need to go ahead and put it in your locker and leave it there throughout the day. There's an exception we make for lunch, but otherwise it stays here. So everybody gets a Star Card, and we want everyone to have them. There's only two ways to lose your Star Card. Number one, if you're failing 2 or more of your classes. Number 2, if there's a behavioral incident that comes up that needs additional consequences. And you get that back by, number 1, passing all of your classes, and then number 2, going ahead and fixing what you broke. And we'll work with you on that. So if I see you on a cell phone in the hallways or around school, if you've got your Star Card on a lanyard or wearing it where I can see it, I won't stop you, off you go. If I can't see it, I might go ahead and say, hey, show it to me, let's make sure we're good.
Even if you have your Star Card on you, you cannot have your phone out during class unless given permission from the teacher. The teacher will ask, is it first, second, or third time, should he have to confiscate it.
So to recap, when you're in the hallways or around school, you get to choose when your cell phone is out if you have a Star Card or not. When you're in classrooms, however, it's entirely up to your teacher. You can't even have it out on the desk unless they gave you permission first.
If you don't have your Star Card on you when we stop to check, the first time we're going to help you. We're going to remind you what the expectations are, and if we need to go to the locker to put the cell phone away or to get the Star Card, we'll do that. As a staff, we will keep track of how many times an occurrence may have happened with a student. That way we can always look back and see what it is and what step we're in. If you don't have your Star Card and it's the second time that this has happened, what we'll do is we'll hold on to your cell phone until the end of the day. At that point, come down and collect it from the person. We'll have the conversation about what needs to happen, and the cell phone will come back to you. If it gets to the point where there's a third time that you haven't had your Star Card when we check, but had your cell phone on you, what will happen is the cell phone will come down to me. At that point, I'll call parents, and only parents can come and pick it up from school.
So to recap our cell phone policy, at the first warning, your phone gets put in your locker, and you get it from your locker at the end of the day. After the second warning, your phone is taken from you, and you'll pick up the phone from the person who took it from you at the end of the day. After your third warning, the phone goes to Mr. Thomas, and your parents must get the phone from Mr. Thomas. It's important to remember that these 3 warnings are cumulative. That means that you don't get 3 warnings from each different person who might talk to you about your cell phone, such as a science teacher, your math teacher, Mr. Thomas, or anybody else. What it does mean is that you get 3 warnings overall from anybody in the school over the course of the year. As noted earlier, after a staff member issues a warning, they input that warning on a spreadsheet shared by all other staff members to ensure accurate records.
The exception we have to the rule would be during lunch and recess time. At that point, if you have a Star Card or don't have a Star Card, you can take your cell phone from your locker, go to lunch, go to recess, and when you come back in, put your cell phone back in your locker.
So that's our cell phone policy. Talk about this in your advisories together to make sure that everyone's on the same page. All right, you have a great day.